Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: non-Germans of Reddit, what do you associate with Germany? Don't say WW2, don't say WW2. World War I. Nice. Austrian here, First World War was kinda all our fault, senior. Well, it seems the Austrians learned their lesson after WW1, so it's all good. From what I saw when visiting Germany many years ago, most of what we consider to be German culture is really just Bavaria. For someone from northern Germany, lederhosen and Oktoberfest are as typical as if you ask someone from New York where he is hiding his cowboy hat. Edit, as this exploded a bit, some more information. In northern Germany you'll find Hamburg, the biggest non-capital of the EU, with a huge harbour, an interesting inner city and lots of stuff to do. You can visit the rough, windy coast in the northwest and the calm, sunny beaches of the Baltic Sea in the east, see interesting old European cities like Bremen, Schwerin or Lübeck, nice forests and lakes. More. https://wikipedia.org/wiki/northern_Germany. As someone who lived in Bavaria and Austria for 3 years and never made time to visit the north, I'm just assuming it's all Pickelhaube and shouting. Absolutely true. Very different in each of the 16 states of Germany. Even inside of Bavaria it's different. Sauerkraut and engineering. Oh, and the Nazis. Guess we will be associated with Nazis for many centuries. If it's any consolation, I'm always impressed how you guys managed to own up the shit, say yeah, we were wrong and fucked up. Sorry everyone. And then managed to pass legislation and educate your people to recognize the past mistakes to try not to repeat them. I know it must not be that perfect, and there are some people that think that fascism is good there are people like that everywhere after all, but in overall I think that's how a country that takes care of its people should act when they do something wrong, not to pretend it didn't happen but own up and be better in the future. Came here to say Nazis, surprised it wasn't top comment. As an Austrian, I disagree, that was our guy who led the Nazis. Poor Austria, never gets any credit. One of the most awkward and funny moments in German TV a few years ago, in a Most Important Germans type show. Mozart was on the list. At one point, one of the hosts said we got a lot of calls from Austrians complaining that he was Austrian and mumbled something about considering him an honorary German for the context of the show. Awkward enough, then Skoberger goes, well, they can have Hitler back as well. Germans are the kind of people who work an 8-hour shift driving a forklift and then come home and play forklift driving simulator for 8 hours. My sister's boyfriend is a firefighter who comes home to play firefighter simulators. I think that's close enough to prove your point. Nazis and quaint German Bavarian villages that look like postcards. This is the answer, fortunately and unfortunately. Edit, not in that order. Fortunately and unfortunately, in that order. Per second. As a Brazilian, Muller, Close, Cruz, Kidira, and Scully. You mean Muller, Close, Cruz, Kidira, Scully and Scully. Autobahn. It's crazy, I know. But you spend several thousand euros on your driver's education. It's tough and the examiners are very strict. That's crazy because then I as an American can just show up and rent a car. Craftwork. Folk wage. Edit, got rid of the S. Edit, second S gone. Edit, Google says it's Volkswagen with the S in the middle. BMWs and Porsches, as well as the Urbergrig and Hockenheimrig. And Opel and Mercedes, although maybe less known in America. Yes, quite some cars from there. I am here to inform you that the plural of wage is wage already. Ein Volkswagen, zwei Volkswagen. EINS. Hier kommt die so. ZWEI. Hier kommt die so. My favorite comparison of English vs German, the songs Here Comes the Sun vs Hier kommt die so. Dutch, Hier kommt die so. Really fascinating in a way, so close and yet so far geographically for the time. Spiky helmets. The forbidden butt plug. Prussian centipede. Fairy tales, like Brothers Grimm stuff. I was told those much, fairy tales, early on. Although most of them are very brutal and disturbing. I think that German fairy tales are pretty well known in the Western world in general, but most probably don't know their origin as being German /HRE, or that most of them were much darker. That being said, I don't even know if the current generation of kids are being taught them, as a lot of them are being raised on smartphones. I hope so though. All of these tales are extremely mimetic in media and references. What big teeth you have, etc. Oh, you know, beer, cool outfits, fun festivals, Oktoberfest, sausages, Volkswagen, jolly drunks and beautiful landscapes. Oh, and the Holocaust. This was literally my train of thought in that order. I had a friend who was a foreign exchange student from Germany. She was really kind. So I think of her. I think of this kid who came to my high school as an exchange student. Absolutely fantastic guy. Dad was from Germany, Mom was from Spain. Whenever anyone asked about his heritage/citizenship, he always said, I tell employers that I'm German but I tell girls that I'm Spanish. Loved that dude. So he was passionately on time for everything, got it? Your MFR's got a no speed limit highway, it's both intriguing and scary. Good on you, Germany. Not everywhere nowadays. But you can still go very fast on almost all autobahns. We have a very expensive and strict driver's ed though. But after paying your 2 Kelvin for a license, you can speed from one construction site to the next. A Czech millionaire went up to a maximum speed of 417 km per hour in his Bugatti Cairo on a public highway in Germany a few months ago. He was being investigated for reckless driving, but no charges are going to be pursued because the traffic and weather allowed for it and the Bugatti Cairo is built for such speeds. Well, and because the driver literally did not break any laws and went out of his way to make sure it was safe. Classical music, origin of many fairy tales. I'm learning German right now, actually, so the language too. Edit, klassische Musik, der Ursprung March, und ich lehre Deutsch. Ich kann Deutsch nicht so gut sprechen. Edit, grammatical advice taken. My only regret when learning German, Hochdeutsch, was not learning more regional words. Going south was tougher to comprehend. Austria was like WTF, that's German. Lol. Good times. I swear Plattdeutsch is an entirely different language. I'm sorry, but I associate Hitler with Germany. That is the first time thing come to mind, along with Berlin Wall. Nazis are the first thing for me too. It's not a knock on current day Germany, just the honest truth. Hitler left a stain on history that won't be forgotten anytime soon. True. 99% of Germans are probably great people, but that one psycho just makes me remember the atrocities. Then I have to make an effort to remember that's not modern Germany. Christmas markets. Makes the winter so much easier. I love them. I went to some Christmas markets in Germany when I was a teen and they ruined all other Christmas markets for me since. The German ones are just so much better. I went to Europe a couple years ago for the first time specifically to visit them. And Rothenburg. 10/10 will go again. Bier und Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest May. I'm from the north, so I'm always alienated by those southern traditions. Gotta love the beer though. If you're from the States like I am, you really appreciate the amazingness that is Oktoberfest. The closest we have here is the county fair or state fair. It's similar with food, rides, beer, etc., but full of drunk rednecks, very misbehaved children, Confederate flags everywhere, 13-year-old girls in booty shorts and tank tops, booths of businesses selling new windows, etc. TL, Dr. Oktoberfest is the USA county fair without the trashy aspect. I enjoyed it very much. Oktoberfest is great and obviously it happens in September. Well yeah, you gotta herald one of the best months of the year early. Beer in the hotel vending machine only costing €1, what a beautiful country. But the bathroom you need to use to get rid of all that beer also costs €1 per visit. I used to live in the US. Was asked to translate Ramsty on a daily basis. Back in my university days, when I met my first German, I asked them what the translation for Mein Herzbrett was. It's been 20 years, smartphones and internet are everywhere, and I probably still ask the same thing when I meet my next German. My heart burns. I'm Swedish and used to translate Ramsty songs for myself on internet as a kid. I don't even know why. This exact part will always be perma-stuck as something I remember. Du hast mich gefragt, und ich hab nichts gesagt. Willst du, bist der Tod Ide. True sie verältig. Worst. It's not that bad. It could be worse though. Not only that, but loads of little stalls everywhere selling them, like train stations, and German dudes in the staff canteen literally just having a massive sausage on its own for breakfast. It was only working in Germany for a few weeks that really revealed to me just how deep the love of sausage is there. People trying to convince me there's a place called Bielefeld. Lies. Deceptions. Never heard of it. Beer, pretzels, bierox, sauerkraut, Pfefferus, etc. World War II. Milwaukee. The printing press and the Protestant Reformation. Those KRNK NW again memes. And the balloons got me lol.